I'm making a couple different things for dinner tonight. The first thing I'm making is honey parsnip carrots. So I have 4 carrots and 4 parsnips chopped up here. Okay, I've got them on the roasting pan here. I'm going to drizzle them with olive oil, season them with salt and pepper, and then throw them into the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes or until they're tender. All right, my veggies are out of the oven, and now I'm going to put on what I have in this bowl here, which is 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, some salt and pepper, and some rosemary. I kind of deviated from the recipe because I felt like it could use a little extra something, and I didn't have whole grain mustard. I had Dijon. So I'm going to pour this on and cook it for 5 to 7 minutes until it starts to caramelize. Another thing I'm making for dinner tonight is a cucumber salad. This is so easy. This is a cucumber and a half chopped up, 3 Roma tomatoes chopped up, and some green onions chopped up, and then I just put some Italian dressing on it, a little salt and pepper, a little Italian seasoning, mix it up, and just put it in the fridge, and it's ready to go. Alright, and the last part of dinner tonight is these little pork chops here. I just have them seasoned with the Trader Joe's Everyday Seasoning, which by the way is my absolute favorite. And then I'm going to put them in the skillet I have heated up with a tablespoon of olive oil in it, and I'm just going to brown them on both sides. Okay, here's dinner. We've got the honey roasted parsnips and carrots, the cucumber salad, some apple slices, and some pork chops. Okay, here's what I'm making for dinner tonight: pepperoni, pizza, pasta, casserole. I have 12 ounces of cooked pasta in here, and to that I'm going to add a 24-ounce jar of spaghetti sauce. I'm using a meat flavor here, which I don't know, I mean, flavored with meat, but it doesn't really say what kind of meat. I don't know, it's a little scary, I guess. Oh no, here we go. Okay, it's ground beef. It's flavored with ground beef. All right. And then I've got a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan, and deviating from the recipe here, I'm going to add a little bit of Italian seasoning just because, I don't know, I think it needs to taste a little more pizza-y. To me, if you did it the way it said, it would just kind of taste like pasta with some pepperoni in it, and a few dried minced onions. Then I'm just going to toss this together until it's combined. Then I'm going to spread this into this greased baking dish here. Then I'm going to sprinkle mozzarella cheese over the whole thing. Okay, now I'm going to put pepperoni slices on top of this. And then I'm going to put this pizza sauce on top here, almost the entire jar. Okay, then more cheese on top of this, and whew, this is not a diet recipe. Okay, I'm using mozzarella and grated Parmesan on top of this. And then I'm going to top it with more pepperoni slices. Got that done. Now the recipe says to cover it tightly with aluminum foil and cook it at 350 for 30 minutes. Then remove the foil and bake 10 more minutes until the cheese is starting to brown. I don't have any aluminum foil, so I'm just going to try this with a baking sheet on top of it. Here's what it looks like coming out of the oven. Hannah already took hers because she's hungry, so she's going to show you her plate.
Here's what's for dinner. It's microwave vegetables and pizza pasta that is baked.
Tonight I'm making roast chicken with a couple sides, so I'm going to start by showing you the chicken here before I get it in the oven. I'm going to salt and pepper this liberally inside and out. I take that back. First I'm going to put olive oil on the skin, then I'm going to salt and pepper it inside and out. Once I have it all salt and peppered and oiled up, I'm going to throw in this stuff here into the cavity. This is a tangerine and a lemon cut up and a couple cloves of garlic. Okay, now I'm going to pour my little concoction I've made here over the chicken. This is chicken broth, olive oil, lemon juice, oregano, rosemary, thyme, salt, pepper, and it's going to go over the chicken and into the pan, which I'm going to use to baste it as it cooks. This is going into a 375 oven for about an hour and a half, basting every half an hour. Since I just showed how to do the collard greens last week, which is another thing we're having with dinner, I'm just going to show you that I'm cooking it right here. And then I will leave the link down below for the video showing how I do it and the recipe for it. Okay, in the pan here I have mashed potatoes that I made that have a little bit of cheese and sour cream and chives mixed in, and then I'm going to top it with some more cheese and some tomatoes and bake it. Okay, there it is. I know this seems like a really weird combination. It's really good. I can't remember where I originally found this. I'm going to bake this with the chicken, so 375 for 20 minutes. Okay, my chicken is gorgeous and done, so now I'm going to let that rest, and in the meantime I'm going to drain off what's left in my pan here and make some gravy. In the pan, I'm melting 2 tablespoons of butter, and to that I will add 2 tablespoons of flour, and then I'm going to whisk it around and for about 2 minutes until the raw flour flavor is cooked out. And Dimmy, if you're watching, look, it's not a baby whisk anymore. I got a new one. Once we cook the raw flour flavor out, we're going to very slowly add in the chicken drippings plus 1 cup of chicken stock. Then I'm just going to whisk that around a little bit on medium heat until it gets to where I want it to be thickness-wise. Alright, here's dinner. We've got our greens, some chicken with gravy, the potato thing that I made, and some little pickles because I can't eat roasted chicken without little pickles. I'm weird. That's dinner. So tonight for dinner I'm making chicken Alfredo pizza, and I'm about to make the pizza crust in my bread maker here. So I'm going to give you the recipe that I use. This is 8 ounces of water. To that water I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then 3 cups of flour, and then 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. Then I just select the dough setting and let this do its thing. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and bake some bacon in the oven for the pizza. Just in case you didn't see the other video on how I do it, I start it in a cold oven, turn it up to 400 degrees, and bake it for 25 minutes. I'm melting 2 tablespoons of butter here for the sauce, and I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder and an 1/8 teaspoon of onion powder. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour and whisk this around for about a minute. Now I'm going to add, very slowly, whisk in 1 cup of whole milk and 1 1/4 cups of heavy cream. Now I'm just going to whisk this around until it thickens a little bit. Okay, now off heat I'm going to add 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese and salt and pepper to taste. Okay, my pizza dough is done, so I'm just going to get this out of here and roll it out to fit a baking sheet. Alright, I've got it rolled out and on the baking sheet, and now I'm just going to poke some holes in it so that it doesn't bubble up in spots. Now I'm going to brush some olive oil all over the crust. Now I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of salt, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and grated Parmesan cheese. Alright, now I'm going to put just the pizza crust in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes until it's like almost baked but not quite. Pizza dough is out of the oven, and now I'm going to put half of this Alfredo mixture, spread it around on the pizza, and then I'm going to put on about a cup of shredded cooked chicken. This is what we had left over from last night. Put this all over the pizza, and then I will spread the rest of the Alfredo sauce on top of the chicken. Sprinkle mozzarella cheese all over the top of this. Now I'm going to top this with the bacon that I cooked and crumbled. Then I'm going to put on some green onions, sprinkle it with a little extra mozzarella cheese, and it's going to go into the oven for 14 to 16 minutes. Okay, here's some delicious looking pizza out of the oven. So here it is, chicken Alfredo pizza and some frozen vegetables that we microwaved. Okay guys, here's dinner tonight. There's been a slight change of plan. Hannah had a sleepover and we treated everyone to a 12-pack of tacos from Taco Bell, which is insanely cheap. So she got really good grades and we decided to treat her. So that's our dinner tonight, guys.